Elsewhere in this region, after the deadly attack on Americans at the consulate in Benghazi, the president of Libya is trying to crack down on militias not under the government's control, but it's not clear he has the muscle to succeed. NBC's Ayman Mohideen has our report tonight.
Taking advantage of growing outrage over the armed militias many Libyans hold responsible for the attack on the U.S. consulate that killed 4 Americans, the country's de facto president, Mohamed Megrayev, issued an ultimatum, giving militias across the country 48 hours to hand over their weapons and disband. This just days after protesters stormed the compounds of several militias in Benghazi, including one allegedly linked to that attack, driving militiamen from the city. While U.S. officials have praised the Libyan response to the attack on the U.S. consulate in Benghazi, they have been more critical of the Egyptian response to violent protests at the U.S. embassy in Cairo. In an interview with the New York Times on the eve of his first visit to the U.S. since being elected, Egypt's President Mohamed Morsi defended his government's slow response to the attack, telling the paper, quote, "We can never condone this kind of violence, but we need to deal with the situation wisely." Responding to President Obama's recent remarks that he didn't consider Egypt an ally or an enemy, Morsi told the paper, quote, "That depends on your definition of ally," adding he envisioned the two nations could be, quote, "real friends." And in a message he's likely to echo this week, Morsi said it was up to the United States to repair relations with the Arab world and revitalize the alliance with Egypt, telling the paper Americans must respect Arab values even when they're at odds with their own. Ayman Mohideen, NBC News, Beirut.